Am I the butthole for demanding my mom apologize after she blew up at my girlfriend who she thought was being racist? I'm black and my girlfriend is Filipino. My parents aren't the biggest fans just because we come from different socioeconomic backgrounds and they don't think I should be with a rich girl. My parents came over for dinner last night and my girlfriend was going to cook. Neither of us cook much and we eat way too much takeout, so she decided to make fried chicken because it is something she made with her mom growing up. Her mom came here from the Philippines and I guess it is pretty popular over there. When my mom saw the fried chicken, she thought that my girlfriend was either making fun of her or just going off a racial stereotype. She immediately started cussing at her and demanding an apology. I explained to my mom that fried chicken is popular in the Philippines and I googled it to show her that there are a lot of Filipino recipes. She calmed down but did not apologize. I asked if she was going to apologize and she said it was just a misunderstanding. I said she should still apologize and she got offended, so I asked her to leave. I'm not talking to her until she apologizes, but I don't know if that is too harsh. Not the butthole. Your mother is a hypocrite for being racist towards a woman because she thought she was racist. Instead of getting to know the woman that her son is going to be spending time with, she decides to judge her using socioeconomic status and race as a reason to hate her. ETA because some people don't understand the racist part. By making the assumption that girlfriend made fried chicken because the mom is black, the mom is viewing this as girlfriend making a racist stereotype towards black people. Last time I checked, everyone enjoys a good Popeyes or Jollibee chicken. Piggybacking your comment because I've noticed this at an increasing rate. People will claim something is racist or cultural ap PR0p Riyadh Ion while knowing nothing about the culture of the people they're attacking/accusing. I've seen people claim cultural ownership of a thing that's universally human over and over again. This is especially common with American people of any color. Heck, the other day I saw a lady claim that quilts originated with African American slaves because they were forced to make quilts in the old days, when in reality there are very old quilts found all over the world, from Japan to Sweden and the Andes. Each area had their own quilting style and custom. Quilts are not uniquely American, although the US has a very rich quilt culture. Which is a great thing. If we're going to claim people show our culture respect and knowledge, that request needs to be reciprocated. Edit. Holy guacamole, this really blew up. I'm in shock. Thank you for all the rewards and responses, kind people. We are the world united. Americans forgetting their country and therefore culture is ridiculously young compared to a lot of the rest of the world. I am shocked. What's the saying? Something like, Americans think 100 years is a long time, Europeans think 100 miles is a long distance. Way too many Americans forget about how young the non-indigenous cultures here are. Americans think 100 years is a long time, Europeans think 100 miles is a long distance, and China laughs at both. China thinks $100 is a lot of money. Not anymore. The average wedding there costs over 100 times that. Blow 500 times that on a wedding among some mainland Chinese communities and you'll be forever branded as a cheapskate. What a weird metric to use for the value of currency. I'll make it simple. Buying Chinese-made products is nearly 1/5 the cost of American-made despite having to ship it to the other side of the planet. Case closed. That seems like it could possibly be due to their labor and wage practices. If you're paying people pennies to work all day, you can undercut other countries. Russian laughing at China being big. Also forgotten are the American indigenous cultures that are still a full-on struggle and should be on the endangered list, but yet shame on those other countries that do the same. Moved to Italy. My house is 108 years old. Tried to figure out why there's so many churches in my area and found out one family refused to sit with another family, so they built their own church just so they didn't have spent mass with them. Now that's history. Italian American here. Holy crap. That is the most Italian thing I've ever heard. Most Europeans don't know what a mile is because kilometers. America is so good at colonizing things that they have started colonizing the way people should react to being colonized. They learned from the best. Signed, a Brit, unfortunately. Why are there no good countries? 'Cause humans are just as capable of being bad as being good, but often being bad is easier and louder. Being good is rarely recorded, unless it's a specific instance of being good in very bad circumstances. Because they're all run by people. Because of humans, period. We're so good at it we make it seem like the colony asked us to rule them, a technique we developed when Edward Longshanks convinced John Balliol to let England advise him on state policy in 1291. America tells their colonies what to do, we ask questions that suggest an answer that we wouldn't mind being told. On the other side of the coin, how many times do you hear a 5th, 6th gen American say I'm 1/4 Italian, 1/4 Irish, 1/16 Spanish? No. You've never been or lived there. You don't speak the language, you are just American. But if you're 5th generation, half Asian people will demand to know where you're really from. Where are you really from? I have a Korean friend who is asked all the time where she's from. I'm from Maryland, okay, but what are you? I'm American. But like, where are you from? Maryland. Okay, but where is your family from? Baltimore. Ugh, this is the worst. People never seem to understand that everyone in my family is also born in the US for the last 100+ years. Yup. My old girlfriend used to get this. She was of Japanese heritage, grew up in LA, but went to college in Maine. So, where are you from? Los Angeles. No, but where are you from? The San Fernando Valley, Mission Hills. No, but where are your parents from? They're from LA, too. Okay, your grandparents? LA. Well, okay, fine, what about your great-grandparents, then? Oh, well, they're from Michigan. So disappointing. People suck. I dated a Puerto Rican guy one time and he'd get asked if he had his green card all the time. Which is ridiculous because Puerto Rico is an American territory and the residents are American citizens. A fact most Americans don't know, I've learned. Edit, typo. As an Asian American, another question I hate is, what language do you speak? English, but what is your native tongue? English. But what did your parents teach you to speak? My parents are white as I am adopted, so English Chinese? English. Japanese? English Korean? Seriously? I only speak English. My boyfriend is Mexican and I brought him to a work social 2 years ago. The second he left the room, I got asked where he was from. Illinois, no. Where is he from? A small Midwest town like the rest of us? That's because there's a lot of cultural traditions that aren't universally adopted by Americans. If I tell you what type of ethnic background I'm from, you can guess what foods I grew up eating, some slang I might use, some holidays I might celebrate, and what religion I grew up in. It just comes with the territory of a country that isn't culturally homogeneous. Also, genealogy is fun. I don't see why it's bad to know what countries your ancestors were from. Yeah, I once had an argument on Reddit with a girl who thought only black people have naturally curly hair and any non-black person with curly hair is just appropriating black hairstyle. Didn't know people could be that stupid. I've started embracing my natural hair texture recently and there is so much animosity and misinformation in many curly hair groups. I've seen people insist that wearing a silk scarf or bonnet to bed to protect your curls is cultural appropriation and claim it's wrong for white people to use hair care products marketed for black hair. It's really mind-boggling to me. Yeah, crap like that makes me feel bad. I have curly frizzy hair and putting my hair up in a scarf at night helps so much, but I don't even want to tell people online I do it because of this. Also, my favorite hair care products are marketed towards black hair whereas I'm lily white. I see people give me looks when I grab something from the black hair section of products. It really sucks. I'm just doing what works for my hair. You're perfectly entitled to buy just for you, of course, this shouldn't even be a thing. But it's bold of these judgy asses to assume you don't have a black, BIPOC or mixed daughter at home who needs them. Also, considering that buying those products is money for POC-owned companies, assuming OFC that these products are POC-owned, why would you gatekeep people? Absolutely. One of the most dominant black hair/cosmetic lines in SA is Black Like Me, the brainchild of Herman Mashaba, a businessman I admire a lot. He managed to create Black Like Me from piss-poor origins and under apartheid to become one of our first black millionaires. Our politics don't exactly line up, but he's an interesting and admirable dude in many ways. Everyone should know more about him and his innovation, regardless of melanin or hair type. I get so annoyed when people ask me if they can wear a bonnet. Honey, protect your hair. I will not have you ruin your hair over misguided information on what appropriation is. Furthermore, back when women regularly got their hair done, it was common to wear a scarf or bonnet to protect the style and keep it nice looking longer. Or to keep rollers in place overnight. As well as keeping their heads warm in the days before central heating. JFC wearing hats to bed has been a thing in many cultures for 1,000 years. Don't kids learn any history these days? Those people are so stupid. Any black women I've spoken to are generally really happy to share tips about how to look after curly hair, and don't feel like we're appropriating. Cultural appropriation does exist, but it's been taken so stupidly out of hand. Using hair care tips freely and happily shared with you is not cultural appropriation. Taking something that you've seen, that wasn't shared with you, that in its own culture is, for example, very special/ceremonial and butchering it and wearing it out on the piss, that's cultural appropriation. I've gotten crap on when I was sharing my own culture and explained what would constitute cultural appropriation framed within that culture. Apparently, you cannot appropriate European culture. Who knew? Being French, can I accuse the whole US of cultural appropriation about French fries? And yes, I know they probably originated from Belgium. I buy hair products marketed to black women and made by companies owned by black women. That's the opposite of taking away. I'd far rather do that than try to find something in the shampoo aisle that's not owned by Nestle. Yep, same. I truly didn't know how to take care of my dry, curly hair. I'm white, until I discovered black hair care products, which were a goddamn revelation. Black folks actually know how to care for curly hair. I'm half Asian/half white, and I managed to get curls that can and will go full 70s afro, combined with lots of thick hair. I spent thousands on Magic Straight 4X a year for a couple of years, and gods only know how much on every hair product I could find. I wasted so much time and money, and was frustrated to the point of tears trying to manage it until I tried using hair products designed for black hair. As a random aside, the silk scarves for your hair is a Japanese thing too. I'm also pretty sure my white grandmother did it too. The silk scarves for your hair is a Japanese thing too. I'm also pretty sure my white grandmother did it too. Common in the UK too, though less recently. Women would use scarves to keep their hair out of the way while cleaning. I am white with curly hair. I use curly hair products made by a black-owned business. Guess by their logic I should go back to using Pantene and sending my money to a massive company run mostly by white people? That is a strange and toxic view. I have heard lots of bad stuff about FB curly communities, seems okay on Reddit, but I may have missed some stuff. I have curly hair and I've had this argument with a BIPOC. I will walk backwards into hell before I apologize for a genetic trait. Walking backwards into hell? Sounds like the Thriller video. That's cultural appropriation/S in for Michael Jackson jokes, though. Vitiligo equals bleaching your skin. Call me crazy, but maybe people should just stop being awful in general. I was working with an older black woman one day, and she was insistent to see a picture of my boyfriend. I showed her. He has gorgeous tight curly hair that he wears pretty long. She was so sweet until she saw the picture, to which she scoffed, "Why does he do that to his hair?" I was honestly confused, thinking she meant grow it out so long, but nope. She thought all white people with curly hair manually do curl it. Oh, she would hate to meet some of the more stereotypical Jewish families I know. Jew frost for Miles man, and the darkest skin tone is a light peach. We had a Jewish kid in our school, rural UK. He had the most magnificent afro I've ever seen, also the whitest kid you ever saw. He was awesome and he let you touch it too. She would hate me then. I have naturally curly blonde hair, and if I blow dry it, it turns into a blonde afro that the 60s would be proud of. Not going to lie, I kind of want to see this majestic afro. I don't own a blow dryer, laughing out loud, unless my husband snuck a pic or two back when I showed him the blonde afro. I don't think there are any pictures in existence. I just cannot fathom the logic here. How on earth can one appropriate a hair type with their natural hair type? Like, You're so racist that you were born appropriating another culture? My hair is naturally wavy. Does that mean I'm halfway towards being a racist monster? Plus, hair type often changes over your lifetime as your body hours through different hormonal changes. How on earth can one appropriate a hair type with their natural hair type? Like, you're so racist that you were born appropriating another culture. That's not the logic. It literally says in the comment you replied to, a girl who thought only black people have naturally curly hair. So the logic is only black people have naturally curly hair and you aren't black, therefore you don't have naturally curly hair and it's cultural appropriation for you to imitate my natural hair. Still stupid, of course. But then it would also be cultural appropriation for them to straighten their hair. I mean, it's about as logical as saying my newborn is racist because she's white. But I've had that said to me twice since she was born. Both of my girls have wavy, almost curly hair, so maybe that's why. Rolling eyes face. On Facebook, there was a react video to another video. Black woman making comments on Asian man getting his hair permed to look Afro. Thing is, curly hair can be rare in some countries but does happen in Asian people. My brother and me got like the world's craziest hair. To say that the Asian guy is using black people as an inspiration seemed off to me when there are actually many Asians who have crazy curly hair naturally. Many Asians living in Asian country honestly have never even seen a black person before, so why would their inspiration come from them? Makes no sense. Honestly, I felt a little offended that this person thinks that all curly hairstyles originated from black people, as if Asians or indigenous people don't get curly hair too and also have their own culture and hairstyles. I'm a white girl with very curly hair and got bullied for this very reason. Not the butthole. There are many cultures that like to fry chicken. Your mother is the one with the issue here. Exactly. My family is very white, and my grandma used to always fry chicken in the summer. It was the best chicken ever. Rip Granny. She probably stole the recipe from her grandpappy's slaves back in the day. Nice try, Whitey. P.S. I'm white laughing out loud. Edit. Thanks for the award. It's as if some people don't realize white people from the South also know how to and love fried chicken. It's like some people don't get that fried chicken is a effing food that most people like. Everyone loves fried chicken. It's the stupidest stereotype ever. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.